Jatin, you can continue now. I think who will be joining late, they can be joining later on.
Yeah, okay. So how are you guys, Syed and Bandi?
Yeah, I'm fine. Hi, Jitin. Good evening.
Good
Hi,
evening. How
Jitin.
are
Good
you guys?
evening.
Yeah, I'm
Good
good.
evening, guys.
Good evening.
Guys, can you tell me something about yourself? Yeah, you can start, Syed. First, you can start.
Okay. Actually, I'm working in one of the cybersecurity company, which
Okay,
normally deals in what you call it, train inbound systems, and
okay,
what else? We have some hotels as well. Then we are
okay,
doing some managed services for the hotels.
okay.
Yeah. So
So, what exactly is your role in the company?
actually, I'm only on support. Uh, I just joined this company last few months only, and once I
Okay,
joined, the network lead was he resigned. So now
okay.
everything is under me. So I am the lead.
Regarding the infra.
Yeah, infra for covering the hotels and other systems. But there's another
Okay,
guy who do the pen testing and vulnerability assessment for the
okay.
for the
Of
for the
the infra.
government sites.
Okay. So, which country from you are you from?
Singapore.
Singapore. Yeah. Okay. So, Bandi, how are you? And tell me something about yourself.
Yeah, hi. My name is Venugopal Rao. My surname is Bandi. Yeah, people used to
Okay.
call me Venu. Yeah, I'm
Venu.
working with right now I'm working with HCL Technologies as a senior consultant. I'm taking care end-to-end responsibility of security. This is actually mixed network security and also some cyber security. Cyber security called SOC and identity access management, privileged access management, email security and
Okay.
web application. So almost I'm taking care both. It's information security. So this is about my high level and I'm leading one of the customer called Western Union so project right now. And previously I handled many financial accounts in HCL Technologies and previously Wipro. So actually, I completed associate CISO certification from certain Indian government, CDAC, and I'm
Yeah.
looking. I'm just exploring option to learn ethical hacking side also for skill improvement and hands-on. I have almost 20 years of experience, so I know in the network security. This side very familiar, but ethical hacking side I don't have much. Means I know only port scanning and all, but concept wise I know everything. But tools perspective I don't have
You
hands
want to
on.
learn. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Because of that reason, I joined this call today to understand how it is and so how much it is useful for me today. This is
Yeah. Yeah.
about.
Yeah. So, guys, we will be completely looking at the ethical hacking perspective. And as you know, we are covering the syllabus of the CH by the EC Council, like the Certified Ethical Hacking course. So all the 20 modules of the ethical hacking we will be covering. So apart from covering the syllabus of this CH, I will also be telling you the tools which are used in the corporate. Also, I will be telling you how, if you after this course, if you want to do move into OSCP, or if you want to move into this OSWE, so maybe this become a very very good platform for you to understand. So apart from the learning or joining the classes, after the class, maybe I will be sending you some assignments also so that you can practice, or maybe we can try solving some labs also. So of this try hack me, so that you can get hands-on over this. So this would be going to be our methodology. Yeah, Shibu is also joined. Shibu, how are you?
Good evening, sir. I'm fine.
Yeah, Shibu, tell me something about yourself.
Sir, actually, I am an IT lecturer working in Muscat. I am from Kerala,
Okay,
now in Muscat, working as an IT lecturer.
IT lecturer. Okay.
Yes.
So I was explaining them, Shibu, that we will be covering the EC Council syllabus in this. And apart from the covering the syllabus, I will also be telling you the tools which are being covered by the EC Council, as well as some more bonus tools, some more bonus techniques from my side that you can do. And after learning this course, maybe if you want to explore your skills towards the ethical hacking journey, so then after this CH, this OSCP, if you want to move into the network, or if you want to move into the web app exploitation, so you can do the OSWE. So
Okay.
this would be, so I would be explaining some of the concepts related to that particular certifications also. So now let's start the session. So guys, earlier that if I talk about the one thing, so this cyber security, if we talk about, if it is not at all, so this cyber security is nothing but to protecting the networks. So when we talk about the networks, or we talk about the devices, we talk about everything which is connected with this cyber domain. So main thing which comes into the picture is called this IPs. So as you all are working, so the foundation or the important concepts that we have, I will try to cover it within this class or maybe in the next class. But all those concepts that are clear to you, we can quickly revise them, or we can quickly work around them. Otherwise, we will be discussing this in detail. So if I talk about the IP address, so guys, what is according to you is an IP address? Who is going to tell me? What is your understanding regarding the IP?
It's identification of the host.
Identification of the host. Anything else you want to add?
Unique address of any device in a computer network, in a computer network.
In a computer network. So if we talk about, if you see here, so network and networking, these are the two terms. So obviously the physical or logical infrastructure that connects the multiple devices are being termed as the network, and all the process of activity of connecting the devices is being termed as the networking. Now guys, if I talk about the IP address, so this IP address is basically called the logical address of the system or the host that you have talked about. Now, IP addresses comes in basically two versions. One is IPv4 and the other one is the IPv6. So IPv4 is basically 32 bits in size. So 192.168.1.1, 192.168.1.20, any type of IP that is being separated by these dots and it is being divided into these four octets is being termed as a IPv4. And since they are divided in four octets, so it's a 32-bit in size, and there are maximum 4.3 billion IP addresses that can be allotted in this IPv4 version. Because the maximum that we can get in each octet is 255, 255, 255, 255, which will start from 0.0.0.0. So as we do the binary to the decimal conversion, so we very well know that 8 bits are 11111. So when we count all this 11111 into the decimal, when we convert this 11111 8 times 1 into the decimal, so it takes us to 255. So that is why this 255 into 255 into 255 into 255 comes to the 4.3 billion. So as we know, this IPv4 technology, or we can say the 4.3 billion IP addresses. So right now, a lot of hosts are there which are coming on the internet. So there will be scarcity of the IPv4 addresses. So now this IPv6 will comes into the picture, which has the 4 hexadecimal blocks. So we can define this as something like this one, and then because of this, there are 340 trillion IPv6 that can be allotted. Now, my question to you is, guys, if I say IPv4 or if I say IPv6, so can you tell me what is the difference between public IP and private IP? Yes. What is the difference between public IP and private IP?
Public IP is your internal IP. Oh, sorry, private IP. Public IP is your internet IP.
Very good. So when we want to connect in a local internet, so the IPs that we require or the IPs that are being assigned to the devices or the host, they are private. And whenever we have to connect with the external network, so then we require the public IP. Anytime if you want to connect two different networks, so anything which you want to communicate outside your network are being supplied by the public IPs. So if you see here, this public IP addresses, they are assigned by an organization, and that name of the organization is INA. So INA, Internet Assigned Numbers Authority. And this Internet Assigned Number Authority, this and what are the main functions? So the main function of INA is the IP address allocation. So all the IP addresses across the world, they are being allotted by this organization called INA. Apart from this, guys, we will be discussing this DNS management also. Then the protocols also, we are going to discuss all these, but these all, the standardization of the protocols all across the world, they all are basically defined and they are being standardized by this INA. Now, how this INA assigns the IP addresses? INA assigns the IP addresses in 5 zones. So accordingly, Asia Pacific is being managed by this APNIC. Then the Africa continent is being managed by this AFRENIC. Similarly, ARIN for the North America, South America stands for this. And similarly for the European country, this is RIPE NCC. So based on this, we are able to find out like which ISP with I am connected, and the ISP with I am connected belongs to which region. So this region basically allots the IP address and it takes the IP addresses from the INA, because INA basically divides all the IP address ranges in 5 zones. So shortly we are also taking a look, like if we want to check like for country wise which IP addresses are allotted to which country or which IP range belongs to which country, so that we are able to find out where that particular IP address or the range lies. So we are going to discuss all this. But now, the public and the private. So if we talk about the private address first. So private address, as we get to know from Syed, that the internal IP address, if you want to connect with a private network, so that is the private IP address which is being allotted. If you see, there are certain ranges which are being written here, which are being termed and which are reserved for the private use. The first one starts from 10.0.0.0 till 10.255.255.255. Second starts from 172.16.0.0. It starts from 172.31.255.255. Then the third one starts from 192.168.0.0. It goes till 192.168.255.255. So here, these ranges, if at any point of time you are able to see any IP address which falls in this range, you can simply make it out that it is a private IP address, or you can simply say it is an internal IP address. So private can also be denoted somewhere as internal, and the public is denoted as an external IP address. So all the IP address which are not falling in these range, they are basically public IP address. But yes, there are some exceptions. We are coming into this after understanding. Yes, sir. So guys, any problem up till here in understanding private IP, public IP, or whatever we have discussed so far?
No, it is clear. Thank you.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it's simple and straightforward.
Okay. Now, guys, there is a protocol in Windows, and that is called the APIPA. So APIPA says, like for example, sometime there could be a chance that I am not able to derive the IP address from the DHCP server. We will talk about this DHCP server because there are two ways to derive the IP addresses. One is static, one is dynamic. So we will talk about this in a while. But yes, if at any point of time my Windows device is not able to derive the IP address, then this APIPA, automatic private IP addressing protocol, will comes into the picture, and it will assign an automatic IP address to the host, and that range starts from this 169 till up till here. So any IP which falls in this range, you can simply tell that it is an APIPA, which is the IP which is provided by APIPA. But if you get the APIPA, so you won't be able to have the internet access. But since that IP will be in the part of the network, so let me show you. If I want to check, if I want to forcefully ask the Windows operating system to forcefully allot me an IP address belonging to the APIPA, so how I'm going to do it, I'm going to just show you this. So because with the base machine, if I am going to do this, so then I would be disconnected from the call. So I am doing it on a virtual machine. So guys, you guys have the virtual setup in your laptops, or you want me to help you in configuring this, the VM or the virtual box?
I think you can just tell us what exactly OS we need so we can configure ourselves. If any problem, we can get back to you.
Okay. What about you, Venu and Shibu?
Yeah, in my personal laptop I installed.
Okay.
Sir, in my laptop also VM and Kali and Metasploitable is also there installed.
Is also there, na? So very good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay, sir.
So guys, I am opening the command prompt. Here I am going to check the IP address which is being assigned to me. Okay. Now I am forcefully removing my IP address. Are you able to see this? The IP address is now gone. Now, so are you able to see the APIPA range, guys?
Yeah.
So this is how we will be able to find out that sometime if there is any error by the network, so then this APIPA will be triggered. So this is how you can perform this, and then we will be. So I hope this is clear. Yeah.
That's clear.
Okay. Now, guys, there is also one more address, and that address is called the loopback address. So this loopback address is basically used for troubleshooting the network. So sometimes we upload, like for example, I want to host a website. So to host a website, I would be requiring a web server. But while I am requiring the web server, and I don't want that to make the website public. So I don't want to make the website public, so I have to test the website locally. So to test the website locally, I would require a local server to be set up on my network or maybe on my machine. So for that, this loopback addresses will be used, and there are many times that this local services or some database will be installed on this loopback addresses. And these loopback addresses range start from 127.0.0.1 till 255.255. So whenever we want to check the network connectivity, so we use this ping command, and we use this ping command to test the loopback connectivity. So once we test the loopback connectivity, we are able to establish if the reply is coming. So we can easily say that particular service is working fine. So Apipa, loopback, and these three IP ranges, they are used and they are reserved. So based on that, there are certain classes of our IP addresses. So if I talk about the classes of IP addresses, so this talks about the classes, and they are divided into 5. So class A, class B, class C, class D, and class E. So the class A, or we can say the class, what does this mean by the class? Because this IP addresses, but when we are talking about the IP addresses, so here here some network portion, like all the 4 octets, some octets are reserved for the network, and the other octets are reserved for the host. So if I talk about in the class A, only the first octet is reserved for the network, and all the 3 octets, they are reserved for the host. Similarly, for the class B, first 2 octets, they are reserved for the networks, and the remaining 2 octets, they are reserved for the host. And for the class C, the first 3 octets, they are reserved for the network, and the remaining octets, they are reserved for the host. So the class A, if I talk about, so its range starts from 1.0.0.0 till 126.000. So similarly, if we say how, since only the first octet is reserved for the host, so it could have these many hosts, and we will talk about this, why this -2 is being defined here. And then this class B, the first 2 octets, they are being reserved for the network, and the remaining 2 are for the host. So that is why 65,535 would be the host. And similarly, in the class C, since first 3 are for the network, and only the last one would be for this, so only 254 hosts can be defined into it. And for the class D, this is used for the multicasting, audio and video streaming, for live streaming of matches, for stock markets. And this is the range which is being defined here, 224 till 239.255.255.255. And the last E is used for the experimental use, and it is not used for the commercial activities. It is basically used for the research, networking, and by the IP address development, management, and research. And its range starts from 240 till 255.255.255. So guys, any problem in this classes, the 5 classes of the IP addresses?
No, for me. Thank you.
So we are moving ahead, and now if you see what is the process, or what is the technique which basically converts our private IP to the public IP. So that is this NAT, the network address translation. So whenever we are connecting, so you very well know that we all are connected with a router. If we are at our home, so we are connected with a single router, and that single router will take care of all the instructions, that is the internet, whatever we are sending to the internet, or whatever we want to take out from the internet. So this NAT, it acts as basically a middleman between our device and the internet. So it converts private IP to public, and then it helps in the conservation of the public addresses. Because if you see, every device which requires the internet connectivity, if we are already short of the IP addresses, and if each and every device needs a separate IP address, that is the public IP address to communicate, so then even the IPv6 will get exhausted so fast. So then this network address translation comes into picture, and using this, our single public IP, we are communicating with the outside world, and then whenever the request is coming, it is being redirected to our network. So guys, and the main thing that is apart from the logical address, the physical address, or we can say the main address which we talk about is the physical address, that is the MAC address, which is our physical address of the device. And this device, this MAC address is of our internet interface card, or of our any external Wi-Fi dongle, or anything if you are connected with a cable. So that MAC address is basically unique, and it can be shown something like this. So if you want to check the MAC address of yours, so you can simply, in the Windows, you can simply go here. You can simply check, and then you can simply go look for the physical MAC address of the. Yeah, guys, can you remove the pause the background sound? If you want to check the MAC address vendor, so guys, you can open your Kali, or maybe you can open any website. Here you can simply search for MAC address vendor. So a lot of websites will come, and here you can simply put the MAC address that you have find out, and accordingly you are able to find out the MAC address vendor. So these 3 octets, they are for the vendor specific, and the remaining 3 blocks, they are device specific. So all this makes this a unique MAC address, and we will be discussing this with the OSI model. That's this logical address, that is the IP address, and why this MAC address, or we can say the physical address, is being required, because actually the communication which is being happening is being done by this MAC address. So we will be going to brush up this thing also. So guys, I am taking the basic, or we can say the fundamentals also. But if you guys want me that should I skip, or maybe before, if you want that, yes, this is the topic that we already know, so I can skip that also. Okay, so you let me know. But since we are covering this, so maybe there is some concept which is not clear to you, or maybe which requires some brush up. So that is why I am taking all these concepts. I hope this is okay to you.
Yes, it's got good. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So now tell me guys, this subnet mask, and we will be talking about this CIDR. This is an important concept. So let's suppose if I talk about that in a network, okay, in a network, I want to design a network where there are multiple hosts. So let's suppose we want to design a network where there are 200 hosts, or maybe there are 100 hosts. Okay. And there are some mobile phones also, there are some laptops also. So we have to give them IP. I was telling you that there are 2 ways through which we are giving them the IP. One is the static, and the other one is the dynamic. So if I talk about the static means where I am physically putting the IP address. So for example, 192.168.1.1 is my router IP. 192.168.1.2, I am assigning it to Syed. 192.168.3 to Anuj. 4 to Vinu. 5 to Shibu, and 6 I am keeping it myself. So I will be keeping a record that 6 is allotted to Jatin, 4 is allotted to Vinu, 5 is allotted to Shibu, and something like this. Okay. Now, this is one way of allotting the IP addresses. The other way is the DHCP, that is the Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. So what this DHCP does, DHCP works on DORA concept, DORA. So whenever you want to connect with the Wi-Fi, so what you do, you simply choose the Wi-Fi ID and then you assign the password if it is protected with a password. So once you put the password, it authenticates. If the authentication is done successfully, so you will be assigned an IP address automatically by the DHCP server, and then you will be able to communicate. Why? Because if my device wants to communicate with the internet, I require an IP. But in the case of this, when I am connected with the Wi-Fi, I am not connecting with a static IP address. We will be requiring that IP address from the router. And when I will be requiring that IP address from the router, what will be the case? There I would require the DORA concept. So DORA stands for D stands for discover, O is for offer, R is request, and A is acknowledge. So whenever the client connects with the Wi-Fi, so he gets discovered in the network. Then the DHCP server offers him the IP. Then I say, yes, I want the IP address to be given to me. And finally, when the IP address is given to me, the request is being sent, I will acknowledge it. So based on this, the IP address, the process of allotting the IP address will be given automatically. That is why it is said as a dynamic one. So now, one thing which I would like to point it to you, that since the allocation of this IP address is a dynamic one, so that means this 1.6 which I got automatically by the DHCP server, and now this DHCP server, like for example, now I am done for the day and now I am going out of the organization. Maybe some other person comes and then this 1.6 is allotted to that particular person. So now earlier I was having this 1.6, now somebody else is using this 1.6. So now when we will be looking into the forensics part, so apart from having the logical address, our MAC address, that is the physical address, is also binded along with that. So when the communication happens, so for this communication to happen, there is a R protocol which comes into the picture. And what is this R protocol? R protocol stands for Address Resolution Protocol. So I'll give you an example. Like for example, this 1.6, I would like to communicate with Syed who is having 1.2. So if I know that Syed is having this 1.2, so then it is all right. But when I want to establish the connection with Syed, I also want to know the Syed MAC address. And if I want to know the MAC address of Syed, which is in my private network, but take an example, if I want to communicate with google.com, and that google.com web server is also having its physical MAC address, but I don't know, or even I do not understand, or even I do not remember the physical MAC address. So then this R protocol will comes into the picture. So this R protocol, what it did, it basically broadcast a packet to all the users in the internet, in the device. So when all the users which are there in the network, they get the packet that yes, respond back who is having 192.168.1.2. So the person who is having this 1.2, he responds back that yes, I am having this 1.2 and I am responding back with my MAC address. So once I will be receiving that MAC address, then I would be able to communicate with 1.2 using this physical MAC address and then my MAC address. Guys, is this process in the theory part clear to you? We will be doing this on the practical also, but is this clear to you? This is not the part of this CH, but yes, since everything works on the communication, this communication works on the network, so that is why I bring it to the discussion. Yeah. Anything you want to ask, guys?
Is it something related to IP reservation?
IP resolution. It is.
Reservation, sorry, not resolution.
See, reservation is something like I am assigning it for the static one. Here I am talking about the next step, that now you got the IP address, but now I want the execution, or we can say the connection, to be established. Shibu, Venu,
Understand.
Yes, sir, clear.
Yeah, clear.
Understand, sir. Understand, sir.
okay, very good, very good. So now, guys, tell me, suppose I have a device, like in a office network or maybe in a home network, I want to connect 100 systems. Okay. So there, these 100 systems, if I connect all these 100 systems or maybe 200 systems or 500 systems into a single network, so then maybe if if I am able to compromise one of these hosts, maybe the attacker will be doing the lateral movement, and using that lateral movement, he would be able to install the malware on all other. So to protect this, we will be dividing our big network into smaller segments. Okay. And if I talk about the smaller segments, so that is called the subnetting. So now this subnetting is basically performed in two ways. One is fixed length and other is variable length. So if I talk about the real environment, everything is variable length. So why I'm saying this? Like, take an example. There is a department called sales where there are, say, 200 hosts or maybe 200 users. So we require 200 hosts. Then there is a marketing department or an IT department where we will be requiring 20 hosts. Then there is again a department called, say, HR. There we will be requiring 4 hosts. So accordingly, we will want the host to be classified in separate networks. So how we are going to assign this? So these will be assigned as a subnetting. So how we are going to assign the subnetting? We are going to discuss this. Okay. So before looking into the subnetting, have a look at this, the subnet mask. So guys, when we talk about the subnet mask, so here we will be masking the network ID. Okay, we will be masking the network ID with the subnet mask. Okay, so if I talk about 192.168.1.1, okay, and say for a class C IP address, the default subnet mask is /24. So what do we mean by /24? As you very well know that a class C IP address, the first 3 octets, they are being reserved. If they are reserved, or maybe I can take it like this. So if they are reserved, so that means these 3 octets are reserved. So how we are going to do this? Say this. First of all, this /24, this is the CIDR value, because we are now doing the classless domain routing. Okay, so this 24, we can write it like this. So these represent the network bits, so we will be representing it like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Guys, tell me, is this clear to you? How I have written this CIDR value, is this clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Clear.
Okay. Now, guys, anyone who is having a doubt, please let me know, so that otherwise I will be moving on a faster pace, because you are giving me a very good response. So to convert this, we will be converting it like this. So here, to convert it into the decimal, we will be doing it like this. 2 raised to the power of 0. Then the next one will be next one will be 2 raised to the power of 1, then 2 raised to the power of 2, 2 raised to the power of 3, then 2 raised to the power of 4, 2 raised to the power of 5, 2 raised to the power of 6, 2 raised to the power of 7. So 2 raised to the power of 7 is 128. 2 raised to the power of 6 is 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, and 1. This is clear to you guys? I have calculated the value of this.
Yes, sir.
Clear.
Okay. Now the next task is to multiply this with this. So here 128. So that means this all will come, because if we multiply anything with 1, so this will come. And now the final step is to add all these. So when I add all these, this will become 255. Yes, guys. So this will become 255. So our subnet mask first block will be 255.255.255.0. Are you able to understand this? How I have calculated the subnet mask using this CIDR?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If I change it to, instead of 24, if I change it to 26, okay. So that means now 26 bits out of these 32 are being reserved for the network. So here I will be borrowing 2 bits. Is this clear to you?
Yes, sir.
So now if I take it this way, if they all are 0, so that means 128 plus 64 is 192. So in this case, our subnet mask will become to 192, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, correct.
Now the next thing, we need to calculate the networks. We need to calculate the block size, that is the host in each network, and the host. So if I talk about the number of networks, so the formula to calculate the networks are 2 raised to the power of on bits. From this octet, we have to check how many bits are on. So 2 raised to the power of on bits. So that means if I talk about, so 2, and how many bits we have on in this network? 2. So that means 2 raised to the power of 2 is equal to 4. So that means the number of networks here are 4. Then the formula to calculate the block size is 256 minus this octet. So 192 is 64. And if I talk about the host, so the formula to calculate the host is 2 and the off bit, then minus 2. So I will explain what this minus 2 is, but yes, 2 raised to the power of off bit. So if I talk about the off bits, so how many bits are off? 6. So 2 power 6 and minus 2. So 2 power 6 is 64. So that means 64 minus 2 are 62 hosts. Yes, guys. Is this clear to you guys?
Yes, sir.
We will be checking, we will be doing this with the help of so many tools we have. But yes, what these tools will be doing, so all those who are doing in the network, so this is very easy for them. But yes, I have to cover them for the all. That is why I am explaining you. Okay. Now, going to the final thing. Now I want to check the ID. Then I would be requiring, maybe I can write it like this. So network ID, valid IPs, and broadcast IP. Okay. So first one will be 192.168.1.0. Yes, guys. And what would be the last IP in this network? So for example, there are 4 networks. So what is going to be the last IP in this network? 192.168.1.63. Yeah, this is clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Now, what are the valid IPs that I can allot to the host? 1.1 till 192.168.1.62.
Two.
Is this clear to you?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes,
as
sir,
you
clear.
know, okay, very good. And see, these 2 that we have minus, they are these, this one and this one. So when we talk about the ARP, so ARP, who is doing the resolution, who is basically used to broadcast the packets to find out. So this IP will be used as a broadcast IP to find out the devices in this. And the network identifier of this IP range will be this. That is why we have removed these 2 IPs from this particular host range. Is this clear to you guys?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me what will be the second network. Yeah. What would be the second network? This is the first network that we have calculated. And we have to create 3 more. So what would be the second network?
65 to 128.
What are you saying?
65 to 128.
64. 63
Yeah, 64. Yeah,
64
64 to 127.
to 127. Very good. Like this. Okay. And what are the valid IPs that I can allot to the host? So these are like this. So 65 till 126. And then
128 to 191.
very good. Now, guys, this is the thing that we get to understand now. If you see here, maybe CIDR to IP, or you can look for any website. Okay. So maybe I want to check the CIDR value. So please pay attention here. Now, 192.168.1.0/26. This is what we have calculated. So when I click on calculate, see guys, this is the subnet mask. Then 1.0 is the first IP and this 1.63 is the last IP. Total number of hosts, including these 2, will be 64. Now for this second, I would be simply putting this 64. I will be clicking on continue. See, 64 till 127. Then with 128 and then calculate. Then this 128 till 191. So this is how we can verify, or maybe we can calculate if we are assigned a task to create a network, or maybe suppose at the later stage we are able to gain access of a network. So from there, how I'm going to identify how many hosts that particular range is getting? So we can calculate using by this method. And these are the websites through which you can easily find out, and we won't be requiring to do this calculation. But yes, to understand what is being done at the backend, we have provided this. So I hope this is clear to you.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes,
guys,
sir, clear.
very good. Now, guys, as we learned this FLSM, now actually we can say in the real world, the subnetting is being managed in a variable length. Like, for example, sales department, they are serving maybe 100 hosts. Marketing, they are having some maybe 50 hosts, and like this HR, they are having say 10 hosts, something like this. So we have got a requirement that we have to build a network according to these departments. So now it is not in the multiples of this like 128, 64, but we have to design the network accordingly. So here we will be doing this VLSM. So can you tell me like how we will be implementing our subnetting according to this? Can anybody tell?
Yeah, sales 100 IPs, right? For that we have to take so 120/128, and marketing is 50, means 64 subnet. On that we can use 60 IPs, and HR is 10. 10 means we can use some slash 28.
Yeah, so 2 raised to the power of 4, we can use this. So it's 16. Yes. See, guys,
Yeah,
for the
correct.
100 will fall somewhere because it won't be 64. So it will fall something here. And you very well know when we will be designing the network, actually, we will be doing it like this. We will be requiring like this. Yes, because one will be the network ID and the last one will be the broadcast ID. So that means we will be requiring 102 for this range, 52 for this marketing, and 12 for this, because total number of hosts plus 2 we also be requiring. So what we will be doing, first of all, this 100 will fall in where 100 will fall in this 2 raised to the power of 7. So 2 raised to the power of 7, that is this 128. So if I talk about this 128, so 128 can be written like 128 can be written like this 25, because all other, this 128 stands for only this. Guys, is this clear to you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So when I see 1.0 slash you've written like 25, you click on calculate. When you click on this calculation, see 128 IPs are being allotted to you from 1.0 till 1.127. So easily I can allot this 100 plus 2 in this range. Then after this, if you want to do the subnetting, you can do it manually. Otherwise, you will be required. You already know that 128 would be the next and where it is going to fall. So we will be again checking that where this 52 will fall. So 52 will fall in 64. So we will be requiring 2 bits. So 2 bits means 26. So here I will be simply writing 26. And when I click on this calculate, so here from 128 to 191, I will be getting this, and this many hosts will be there. So this is how we will be calculating the variable subnetting in our real world scenario. I hope this is clear to you. Yes, to everyone.
Yes,
Yes,
sir,
sir. Yes.
clear.
Yes, clear.
Very good. So now, guys, we are moving ahead and we are discussing this DNS. So this DNS is a very, very important topic. So as the name itself suggests, DNS stands for Domain Name System. So can anybody tell me what do you understand by this DNS?
IP to name, name to IP. It will convert.
Very good. Very good. And if we talk about human readable address, because it is very difficult to remember 202 dot something, 22 dot
Human,
something, 8 dot.
human can remember easily name. That's why they're changing.
Very
sound.
good. Very good. So now, as we know the basics, like this DNS is basically the purpose through which the IP address is converted and IP to DNS. Oh, sorry, IP to the name. Now, when name to IP, IP to name, we are talking about, so this process is termed as DNS resolution. So this DNS resolution works on the domain names which are public, that is any website, and it also works in our Active Directory or any enterprise environment also. So when we talk about these type of things, so what we will be trying to learn first, the DNS resolution. To understand the DNS resolution process, we will be understanding this thing first. This. So what do we mean by the DNS resolution, or how does it work? So first of all, guys, please pay attention to this. Like whenever you want to communicate with the external network, so there is a gateway which is you can say your router IP. Or whenever we want to communicate with an external environment, this will be happen with the gateway. And this gateway responsibility is to take our request to the outside network, correct? Now, whenever we type, like for example, www.google.com, we type google.com, so that request is being sent to our router, and our router has all the routing, we can say all the routes through which it can reach to the Google server. So how it knows? Because the ISP, it already have all the routes. So if I show you something, so you can look at here. So the whole internet works on this BGP, Border Gateway Protocol. Okay. So here, like suppose if I see, like this is the AS number. I will talk about this AS number in a while. But let's understand this first. So whichever website with whom the data is being worked or not, they basically works in this AS number. And one AS number is connected with other AS number. So let's suppose this is my AS number, the ISP with which I'm connected. It is being connected with this one. Then it is connected with this one. So these are the routes through which I would be able to reach. So as you are able to see, there are multiple routes, but whatever the shortest route out of these, they will be decided. So of course, we are not going more depth into the OSPF, like how to find out the shortest route. But yes, to understand that this information, or we can say this request is basically transferred to second one, to the third, to the fourth, to the fifth, and similarly, it goes to the final destination. So one router to other second to third, third to fourth, fourth to fifth. This request keeps on going like this way. Now, if I tell you like this, so as you know, I am opening this google.com, and google.com is a website which is opened a lot on my ISP network. So my ISP network already knows the route and it simply serves. But even if I opened the google.com earlier, so then that request will be served by the cookies which is being saved in my browser, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
correct.
So, yeah. So now, for example, if I host a website, or maybe if a website is just hosted right now, maybe www.abc.com. It is just hosted now, right now. So when it is hosted just right now, how my ISP will be able to analyze that this abc.com is hosted where? So this DNS resolution will comes into the picture. Understand this. First, as we very well know, that request is being sent to the ISP. Then my ISP will be sending that request to the root name server. So there are 13 root name servers in the world which are labeled A till M. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G up till M. So either of these 13, my domain will be listed in either of these 13 name servers. Sorry, in these 13 root name servers. Now, suppose my domain name lies in A root name server. So that request is being forwarded to the A root name server. Then this root name server, he is having the classification of all the TLD, all the top level domain names. Top level domain name stands for .com, .net, .org. Then there are second level domain names like co.in, co.uk, which are the second level domain name. Now, when we talk about the top level domain name, this top level domain name .com will be contacted that yes, abc.com is abc.com exists in your database, because maybe I could have written a wrong domain name. So if that doesn't exist in the database, so I will be getting to see that the website is not found or maybe some other error. But if the domain name exists in the top level domain name database, then that request is being forwarded to the authoritative name server. What are the authoritative name server? Guys, see here. If you want to see the records of a domain name, so you can type domain whois, or you can open any website. Like in this case, I have opened whois.com. Okay. So for example, I would want to search the whois records of this Microsoft.com domain. So when I click on this whois, see guys, are you able to see this? So these are the authoritative name servers. And other information, when the domain is being registered, when it is expiring, and what is the status, we will talk about it later. But first concentrate on these name servers. So if I say, like for example, any other domain name, here only 2 name servers are coming, and here 4 are coming. Sometimes you can see 6, sometimes you can see 8 also. So have you any idea what are these? Why they are 4 in numbers and why here they are only 2 in numbers? Any idea?
No, sir.
See guys, this is important. Everywhere the first one is the primary and all other, they are the secondary. Okay. So what is the concept of primary and secondary? All the information is being saved. So what is the information? They are DNS records. We are talking about it in a while. So all the DNS records, they are being saved in the primary name server. But suppose this primary name server is not responding. In that case, what will happen? The request will be forwarded to the secondary name server. In case it is not responding, then it is sent to the third, to the fourth, to the fifth, to the sixth, to the seventh, to the eighth, depending upon how big the website is. So they cannot afford to not getting the DNS queries resolved. So that is why they are maintaining the multiple secondary name servers, and the process through which all the records which are being stored in the primary, if they are getting how these primary name servers will be synced with the secondary name server, that process is called the zone transfer. So this is getting happened automatically. So let's take an example. I am opening one more website. See this, guys. This is a good website to check the DNS records. Okay. First of all, before moving to the DNS records, let me complete this. So now this authoritative name server, that is my DNS hosting provider. So who is my DNS hosting provider? If you check here, if I talk about this Microsoft, so who is my DNS provider? So this Azure ns1.39.azuredns.com, he is my DNS provider for this domain. If I talk about for this domain name, this DNS parking something is the provider for this domain name. Now, when the request is being sent to this authoritative name server, then there are certain records which are being stored inside my domain name. And these records are something like this: A record, MX record, AA record, CNAME, TXT, and a lot of other. But yes, as of now, we are concentrating on this. So for example, IP to name, name to IP. So now I have a domain Microsoft.com. But what is the IP address? Where it is written? It is written inside this A record. If I want to use an IPv6, so then I have to put that record in AA record. I want my domain to serve the emails also. So that is being written in this MX record. I want my domain to be redirected to some other website. So there I have to put a CNAME, that is canonical name record. I want to I want my domain validations, or maybe I want some spamming activities to be prevented from my domain. So there I would be putting some TXT record. Now I will be telling you how to find out the DNS records, guys. So you can simply search on Google for the DNS record checker or DNS record surfing, or there is a good website called this MX Toolbox. Here you click on this super tool. Now, if you put Microsoft.com, and when you click on, these all are the records that you can look out. Okay, first I will try to look for the MX lookup. So when I click on the MX lookup, guys, see, this is the IPv4 and this is the IPv6 of this MX record, that is the mail exchange record. Now I want to check what is the A record. So for the A record, I will be going to check this, or maybe DNS record, or let's suppose this, okay, AA is any. So see this, these are the IP ranges which are being allotted there. Any type of you want to do the ping. So click on this and see. This website gives you tools where you will be able to do all these type of activities. Any CNAME record is also there on? No CNAME. Why? Because this Microsoft doesn't want their domain to be redirected. So of course, no CNAME will be there. So this is how you will be able to find out what all are the details through which you will be doing. Is my domain in blacklist? No. In all the servers, it is basically verified. It is not mentioned in the blacklist. Or is my IP address, if my IP address is used for some spamming activities, or maybe the person, if you receive an email, there is a button called report spam. So if you report spam, that IP will be sent for the blacklisting. So if that particular IP is in the blacklist, so any mail which is being originated from that particular IP, it is not going to deliver. So then if it is listed in the blacklist, then we have to send the request that to kindly remove our IP from the blacklist, or maybe sometimes we also have to acknowledge that from the future we will protect our domain to not to do the spamming from my IP address. Maybe some malware will be there. I have cleaned my systems, or I have cleaned that particular IP address, and I acknowledge that from now onward my IP would not be there. It would not be involved in this spamming activities. Guys, how to check these records? Are you able to understand this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, guys, this AS lookup is very important concept. So autonomous system, big organizations, I talk about Microsoft or maybe these ISPs who are having a lot of IP addresses. So what they do, instead of scattering all these IP addresses, they put all these IP addresses in a common area. And that area we can say autonomous system. So if you see, I want to check for the Microsoft AS num. So, for example, here this AS24560. So if I put AS24560 and when I click on this AS lookup, see what we are going to get. We will be able to get all the IP address ranges which are belonging to this particular IP address, and this AS number belongs to this organization, and these are all the IP address ranges. And you very well know what all these IP addresses, they all are the public IPs. Now, suppose I want to scan what or how many devices are up in this particular range. Can I able to check? So I will be simply putting this, copying this range, and I will be using a software, and this is called the Advanced IP Scanner. You can use Advanced IP Scanner or you can also use Angry IP Scanner. On the Kali, we will be using separate tools, but let's suppose I will be simply checking these particular IP range and see all those devices who are up and their host name I am able to fetch. And based on that, I would be writing a program that yes, now since I got these IP addresses who are live, so let's start our enumeration on these particular IP address. Guys, is this clear to you? Guys, how to find out AS number? What is the role of AS number? And from getting the AS number, what I get, and from that, what I will be able to do. Are you able to understand this concept?
AS number is particularly, sir, a single company name, unique number. So you can, because of AS number, we can understand the company domain, like which company is related to.
Yes. And this is what I just shown to you. And
Yes,
are
sir.
you able to see? Are you able to see this also? Understand this also?
What is this, sir? Actually, my mobile screen is small. That's all.
Okay. See, what I'm doing, guys, I am able to find out. If you see here,
These
I
are
am
the
able to
IP
find out.
under the same AS number, sir.
Yes, these are all the IPs under this AS number. Now I got this IP range. Okay. Now my task, because I want to do the penetration testing. So when I'm doing the penetration testing, so first of all, I would like to know how many hosts are live in this domain, in this range. So for that, I have used a tool called this Advanced IP Scanner. And using that IP scanner, Advanced IP Scanner, I am checking and I am able to find out what all hosts are. So far, I am able to find out 125 hosts are alive, and these are the IP addresses which are alive. And through that, next my task is to do the scanning on contacting and what services are being running on these particular hosts. I am also able to take out the host names also of this. Are you able to understand now, guys?
Yeah, I got a question.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
one is for the public IP, right? So is it the same
Yeah.
method for the do the private IPs?
See, for the private IPs, the method will be different because we can only access the public IPs over the remote connection. But if I am able to penetrate into the remote connection, maybe I would be getting into the internal network. Otherwise, if I have to get into the internal network, either I have to become the part of the internal network. Like for example, if you so there are multiple approaches of this penetration testing. Let's understand this first. So one such approach is white box, other is black box, and the third one is gray box. So what is this white box? So white box stands for like you are assigned a task of doing the penetration testing on the network. There, they will be giving you a complete scope of work that these are the IPs, and they also give you a access to their internal network. Maybe they will give you 192.168.1.7. And from 1.7, you will be scanning all other systems. And then you will be finding out the vulnerabilities and making a report and then submitting it. Because there they have assigned you. In the black box approach, which is the unethical approach, there we try to find out, or we need to penetrate the internal network. And this can only be done either by the social engineering, that is the phishing. Maybe I will be sending you a phishing email. So you will be downloading a malware. Based on that, I will be getting the access of a system. And from that, I will be getting the network, because then I will be checking the IP range where, because maybe I would be able to see the interface. See guys here, if I see, when I shown you this one, if I come here, yeah. Maybe we can. Are you guys aware of this TryHackMe platform?
No, sir.
Yes. Have you solved some of the labs, or you just know?
Actually, I did BS6 at the, I
Okay,
mean,
basic. Okay. So guys, this TryHackMe, it is basically a platform which provides some rooms so that you can practice your skills. Okay. Now, there they provide us some vulnerable or maybe some machines that we need to exploit. But these machines, they are being hosted on their internal network. Okay. Now, if I want to access that machine, which is hosted on their internal network, so I am not able to get the access, because maybe that machine is on 10.0.5.6. And since I am not the part of their network, so they would not be giving me this. So for this, they will be giving me a VPN. Using that VPN, I am connected with their private network. And using that VPN, I will be communicating with the TryHackMe server. So now let's understand this. Say I would be using this command. See guys, how many interface I have? I have two interfaces. One is this ETS0 and the second one is the loopback address. But suppose I am connected with the company's VPN, which is being connected with the internal, because this is the outside interface. But now I have a third interface which is connected with the internal network. And then I got the access of this machine. So now my task would be to get inside the third interface, to get into the third interface, and that interface is not being provided by the company. That is why that is a black hat approach. Then the gray hat means some access they give and other accesses or other things I have to find out myself. So based on this, we will be targeting and we will be planning our activities. Yeah. Okay, guys.
yeah, good question. Isn't the Hack the Box and the TryHackMe the same platform, is it?
Your question is, sorry, can you come again?
The Hack the Box and the HTB, the Hack the Box and
Yeah, Hack the Box.
TryHackMe. And TryHackMe is the same concept, right? Catch the flag.
You can say the same concept, but TryHackMe is, you can say, for the beginners. But Hack the Box is when you can do Hack the Box when you are finished doing the TryHackMe, because that would be more towards the offensive. Or maybe if you want to practice for the OSCP, prepare for the OSCP, or so then you can try for the Hack the Box. But yes, I want you to practice, get the foundational knowledge first, then you can practice with the Hack the Box. The level 2, you can say.
Thank you.
Okay. And then for the web security or web application security, you can perform the Portswigger. So the Portswigger Academy is a very good platform to practice the web application or the web penetration testing skills. So I will be showing you, we will be playing some of the labs together in this, or maybe I will be assigning you some of the labs that you can prepare. So if you really want to invest, so right now I'm just saying that don't go with any certification. If you really want to practice, so you can take a paid subscription of TryHackMe. Means this is optional. I am not saying that you should do it, but yes, if you want, you can take a paid subscription. Maybe in next month, or maybe in December, early December, or in the November, they will also coming up with some good discounts, the year end discount. So then also you can look for, or maybe they are offering the subscription at 50% discount. So that will really test or give you an option. So then once you are able to compromise those machines, so then you can go for the HTB, because then HTB will give you more, you can say, some more concepts which would be close to the reality. So one is this TryHackMe is simulation, and that is emulation. And that is the actual, you can say, close to actual. There you can also get to compromise the Active Directory servers also, the DCs also. But yes, first of all, we should understand compromising a single host. Then we can look for compromising the and complete entire enterprise directory. Yeah.
We try
That is
from
why it is.
free boxes, free available boxes as well.
Yeah. From the free you can start. Then once you are done, then maybe if you require, you can either take the paid subscription, or otherwise you can upgrade to the Hack the Box. Start practicing there. But first of all, our task is to get the concepts first. Then once you are completed with the concepts, then you can plan like what either you are wanted to go for a certification, or you want to go in web, or you want to do the network exploitation. So depending upon, I can suggest you the platform.
Actually, my company is paying external penetration tester to do the job. So I was
Okay.
planning, if we learn this, so I myself go for it.
Go for it. No, it's best.
Yeah.
You can, if they are paying, so then you can ask them to take the subscription of TryHackMe and Hack the Box. Both, if they are willing to pay. If they are
No.
saying
I think my company is paying for external penetration outsource to do the
oh,
pen testing to the other companies.
to the other companies. Okay. So you
Yes,
want to take that assignment in your
yeah,
hand.
so
Okay.
yeah, so I want to do myself, save company money,
No,
So,
this
like
can
get
be done.
better salary.
Yeah, so this can be done. Like after doing this, you can take their target and you can practice, because whatever I am going to show, you can use their target, because with
Because
your
we are
with their
normally
permission.
playing with the government sites, so we need to see what are
Ah,
the ports are open. So we have
correct.
to
And you have to
uh,
take the permissions also.
yeah.
Then
Actually,
only we can
they
start.
allow us to do. So
They
that's
allow.
why.
Okay. Yeah. No, you can. Then it's very good, because then you will be able to get the real. You can get the real IPs to
Correct.
scan.
That's
So
why
it
my
will be great.
colleagues are doing this. So I think once I get it done, I will be.
No, it will. So all the tools which are being required, we will be covering them, and then after this, you can
They
practice
normally
them.
use Nmap.
See, Nmap is only for the port scanning. That we are knowing that only the ports, which ports are open, which are closed. But now, suppose if the port are open, now what to do next? So then we will be doing the enumeration. Then after the enumeration, then we will be going for the hacking phase. And then after getting the access, then we will be moving, like for example, for this PT, we will be doing the documentation. But if I talk about the cyber kill chain, I will also be explaining you the cyber kill chain, the unethical way, where we are planting the malware and using the malware. If the user is opening that file, we got the access of their machines. So like this, both way. So of course it is CH, but we will be also required how to create a payload, and then how we are sending that payload to the user.
I just want to know
We-
about. I just want to know what there is required to learn about Python, because I don't know about CEH anything. I know about
See,
network. I study CCNA, CCNP, but I just want to know about there is any Python course required for this, because I'm not aware for that.
See, if you want to create a tool, then only Python is required. If you want to use, so the basic Python commands I would be explaining you. Like if you want to run a Python script, what are the things? So then once you are able to run the script, maybe you can open that Python script and you can see that, okay, this is what they have written. And if you want to modify, so then you require. You got a script because we have got platforms from where we will be downloading the script. But now if that script is not running, maybe you want to fix that. So for fixing, you will be requiring. But otherwise, you can also get your work done with the Chat GPT if you just want to implement. But if you want to create, then only Python is required. That's
If we will join the company, they will give us tools. So I didn't think so. We need to create a tool.
yeah. And when we talk about the PT, so there we will be using the corporate tools. So like for example, if I talk about the one good tool is Nessus. So they will be giving us the Nessus, you can say the Nessus professional, where there is no restriction to scan the IPs. Like if you see here, guys, if I talk about here, see how many IPs will be there. So if I go there and if I see, so here, if you check, so see, these many hosts are there. So first of all, I would be checking how many are live. After that, I will be running that Nessus tool because I am there, the part of the network. I'm not doing anything on remote and I'm also not doing anything unethical. Similarly, the otherwise, I got a website. Means apart from the network, the other entry point would be the website. So there I would be looking for the web attacks. And for that web attack, there is a very good tool called Burp Suite. And if that Burp Suite they are not giving you, then we will be using an open source called OWASP Zap. So I will be explaining both of these.
Hey, what is Metasploit?
What is Metasploit?
Yeah.
So guys, Metasploit is basically a framework which contains exploits, payloads. Then suppose I am able to take the access of a remote user. After doing this, there are tools through which I can have the persistence also. I can escalate my privileges. All these, doing all these, I will be requiring multiple tools. But this Metasploit, it is basically a framework which gives us everything in one. So you can say all in one. You don't have to exit or you don't have to rely on any other tool. Just by doing the Metasploit, we are able to exploit. We are able to scan. We are able to enumerate. We are able to take the access, as well as we are able to gain the privileges, that is escalate our privileges, as well as we are getting hidden also. So all this will be done with this
In the one.
Metasploit.
So you just
Yeah.
get trained
Yeah.
in one software.
Correct. So we will be doing Metasploit also.
Okay, great.
So the coming sessions they are going to be very interesting because in this first session I want to know everybody's expertise. So I very well know that the networks, all of you are having a very good command. So we will be quickly winding up these things, and then we will be starting all these 20 modules. So that would be good because if we are not having a good understanding of the network, then it is not going to serve any purpose. So, but yes, I am very happy and I am very satisfied with everybody's response and approach. And since you all are well trained in this CCNA and CCNP also, and you are also doing work in the networks, so it is very good. So you will be able to catch all these attacks a lot. So so for this quickly, I will be covering this domain name. Yeah. So this domain name we have discussed. After this, guys, tell me, have you heard about a subdomain?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what is a subdomain?
the backup domain type of things?
Can you give an example?
Think of an example.
Guys, if you check to my screen and if you check the address bar, the website name is app.zoom.us. Are you able to see this?
Oh, okay, I got it.
So
So it's come to
zoom.us
yeah,
is
Go
the
to
domain
US,
belongs
I
to
name.
think.
US. Yeah,
Go to US, I think
Yeah,
subdomain.
yeah.
yes. And app is the subdomain which is running on the main domain. Now, can you tell me what is the benefit of this subdomain? Like, for example, this Zoom company, they could have created a domain like zoomapp.us, but then why they are using this subdomain? If you connect with me on the Google Meet, so there the URL will be meet.google.com, maps.google.com, mail.google.com. So why they are implementing this on subdomains? Why not the main domain like Zoom app or Google Mail, Google Maps? Why? Why they are not taking it? Any idea? These subdomains, they are a very, very good entry point while we are pen testing any website. Let me tell you why. First of all, these domain names come at a cost, but creation of subdomain is free. So take an example, if I purchase 100 domains, 1000 domains, I have to manage all of them. Why? Because see, every domain which is being registered, they are basically they are basically registered for a certain period. Minimum period would be 1 year and it can renewed up to 10 years. Then before the expiry, you have to renew them again. But then these domain names have a cost. So one thing is that the more the number of domains, the more you have to pay. And you also have to look at their renewal process also. Because take an example, if this domain name is not renewed before this date, then it is going to expire. Sometimes the provider, like this, the registrar, he sometimes sell it to some other at a higher price, or maybe sometimes it impose a high penalty if you are not renewing it before the domain name. So one thing is the cost. The second thing is the subdomain, creation of subdomain is free. You can create n number of subdomains on a main domain. And take an example, this zoom.us, they want to run their website. Okay. They want to redo their website. They want to redevelop their website. So now they, after or maybe while developing the website, they are uploading it somewhere and then they are checking, they are taking out the bugs. And when the website is completed, now they will be uploading it. Correct? But for that, what they do, instead of putting it at a random address, they create a subdomain, which is an industry practice called dev. For example, or maybe beta. They have created a subdomain called beta.zoom.us and they have put it a beta version of a website, or you can say the new version of the website there. And from there, they would be putting. Now, after the completion, after the successful delivery, after the successful hosting of the website, they forget to remove the subdomain. Now, after some period of time, since nobody is taking care of that subdomain, so that subdomain can contain some vulnerabilities. So whenever we are pen testing the website application, our first task is to take out as many as subdomains we can find out. So for that, we will be running some tools also. So the next topic, after doing all this basics, the next topic that we talk about is the ethical hacking phase 1. And that phase 1 is the footprinting, or we can say the reconnaissance or the information gathering. There we try to find out as many as subdomains we can. So for a big organization called Microsoft, there could be 10,000 or maybe lakhs of subdomains. But for a small website, for example, for this website, maybe there are only 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So whenever you are pen testing, you will be assigned that these are the domains or these are the subdomains you will be doing. Like for example, maybe they will be giving you something like this. Like for example, start dot, suppose like this. You have to do like this. So that means this domain as well as all the subdomains you have to do. These all are in your scope. But suppose sometimes they say only this is allowed and this is not allowed. Let's say www, then maybe dev, this is not allowed. So whatever is not allowed, you are not allowed to test, you are not allowed to run. Because if you do the nmap on this, they are not going to block you. But if you will be doing on this, so then their team will be monitoring and maybe they would be blocking you. So that is why that is the main thing through which we will be performing. Yes. I hope so, guys. This is clear to you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we are just wrapping up this DNS and then we will be covering this. So yes, this subdomain is a very, and the one good attack, we will be looking into the subdomain takeover attack also. So we will be discussing this, how the subdomain is created, but that the subdomain is not removed. And maybe when I am doing the pen testing, I would be able to find out, oh, there is a subdomain which is being created on this IP. And maybe I will be contacting that particular hosting provider and I will be activating the same number. And then from that, I would be doing a phishing attempt, or that is called the subdomain takeover. So we will be discussing all this. Okay. So DNS records we did, then all the things that we got, and then we will be doing some discuss. Okay. So guys, I want you to read this DHCP, the ARP, SSL, HTTP, IMAP, SMTP, ICMP, SNMP, the protocols which are there. So you can read about these and then we will be discussing. If you have any problem, then we can discuss. Otherwise, we will be directly moving to the next step. Okay. So guys, how many of you know any packet analyzer software like Wireshark? Have you worked on any packet
Yeah.
analyzer software called?
No, but I know Wireshark, I know.
Okay. So you know the functioning also?
Functioning, sir, in the lab we had done only, but not in real scenario I didn't work.
Okay. So how a three-way handshake is being captured, how the ICMP request is being get what are ICMP type port. So we will be all
Yeah,
capturing this.
0 to 8, something like that.
Yeah. So we all will be doing this. So all the three-way handshake, the OSI model, we will be continuing this in the coming class, and then we will be moving ahead with our application pen testing in the subsequent classes. Okay, guys?
So can I
Okay, sir.
check the classes are weekend only or is the weekdays classes?
Weekend, Saturday, Sunday.
Weekend, Saturday. Okay.
Yeah. Saturday, Sunday.
And the slides you just showing just now will be shared or will be
Yeah.
uploaded?
After this, I will be sending you for your reference. You can have a
Okay.
look. Okay. Try to read, try to take out the doubts so that if you don't have the doubt, I will be moving ahead. And if there are doubts, we will be connecting with that. But don't skip any topic. I know you have everyone have a good experience in this, but kindly brush it up. And in case if you have any doubt, we can discuss that. But since it is important, so while we are capturing the packets, so then I will be sending you some assignment also to perform so that you can have a very good understanding on analyzing the packets also. Then we will be covering the tool called Shodan, which is called the search engine for hackers. So how to find out the host, because Google give us the website, but I want to find the devices. I want to find out the server. So I want to find out the host of Microsoft. So how I'm going to find out the host? So So from that Shodan, I would be able to find out. I want to find out the cameras, the security cameras on running on a particular IP or for a particular organization or for a particular company. Or if that IoT devices, they are not secured, I am able to maybe hack into their admin panel also. So this we will be covering in the maybe in the tomorrow's class.
It's going to be very interesting.
How many weeks?
Yeah.
So I thought that it is daily basis, but you said week.
Venu, you were saying something?
Yeah, I'm saying that how many weeks means how many classes are this course planned?
I think this will be shared to you by the Anuj. Maybe 2 months. That means
Yeah.
8 and 16. Yeah, 16 will be there.
Okay.
Yeah, around 16 weeks. So that's like around 2 months.
16 weeks.
That's
Yeah,
going to cover.
2 months.
Yeah, okay.
Sir, would you please share the syllabus? The 20 modules are there, no? That Excel file in the introduction class, it was shown, I think. Please share that also.
Sure,
Okay. That
I'll share
Anuj
it.
will share. Yeah, that
Yeah,
Anuj will
I
share.
have. Yeah, I have it in there. I will share it.
Okay,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you. The class was
Okay.
so much interesting. Okay, thank you for your wonderful class.
Yeah.
But
Welcome.
sir, I have
And
one query, sir. Are you providing
yeah,
placement
yeah.
also?
Anuj
Yes,
will.
sir. Yes, sir.
Anuj will
And
come.
no, please, we do not provide any, direct placement or something. It will be like we can help you in creating resume only, not any direct. I do not have any contract with any of the organization as of now, so I
Okay.
can get placed or any promise on
Okay.
that one. So nothing on that
Okay.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, and guys, keep exploring and keep asking so that the sessions will be more interactive. Yeah.
If you share this PPT, tomorrow's class for us, it is easy to refresh and come attend tomorrow's class.
Sorry, can you come again?
Yeah, whatever you explain PPT, right? So protocols, we have to look into that. We
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to
yeah.
go.
Sure. This I will send.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
So tomorrow class will be the same timing or will be different timing? I think it should be morning, right?
Yeah, it's in morning. Yeah.
Because I'm 2.5 hours ahead. So I have to arrange.
Okay. All right then, guys. Thank you for being attentive.
Okay,
Thank you, sir.
thank you.
Okay then. All right. Bye.
Okay, thank you.
Bye, sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Okay. Bye.